Hello. I'm so excited y'all are here. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Hi, hi, Dr. Lynn, Trish, and Mr. Mike. I didn't think you were going to make it, Mike. I'm so glad you're here. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm not going to let note takers in, just so y'all know. You will get a recording of this, but anybody that has a note taker, I'm just going to kick it out just where we don't have any problems with that. I'm going to get started right on time. There will be very much interactive participation on this so that you're going to be able to chat, and then I'll ask some questions as well. And if I ask you to participate and you're not comfortable, you don't want to, you can always say pass or whatever. I'm not going to ask you to do anything you don't want to do. But the goal of this is to show this in real time, how it can work and how it can help a business or an organization. And instead of me making up stuff, I want to use real life stories. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Sam, and I have been on this journey of creating businesses and helping them grow using appreciation for a very long time. I've been able to systematize it now in a way that doesn't feel systematized. And I'm so excited to be able to share that with y'all today. I'm going to share my screen and my full story, like how this all came to be. You'll have access to in one of the replays that I'll get you if you want to know the full story. But my goal today is just to not tell all that, but to really be able to show you how it works, why it works, and how we can get you to build lasting client loyalty in 100 days or less. And it truly can happen. And my business, Your Admin Ninja, has been built 100% by referrals. And it's because I believe we do a really good job. We keep our word. We do what we say we're going to do. And then we show appropriate appreciation along the way. And so some more people coming in. There's somebody else named Sam coming in. That's just going to be somebody on my team. I don't know who that is. We'll see. Eddie, it's nice to see you here. We haven't actually met. My name's Sam. And let's see. All right. So I have space for 3 people that I want to actually ask questions of. And Spencer, I want to use you for one of them just because I have an idea of something I wanted to share with you if you're okay with it. And then if there's 2 other people here that would like to let me ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll guide the conversation to show you how we use it in real time, that would be great. Does anybody else want to be a participant to ask questions, or you want me to do Spencer first and then you can say if you want to or not? Lisa, you're good? All right, I see you.
Yeah, we'll try it. I don't know how well I'm going to understand this, but sure.
Here's a good score. Oh, well, very good. We'll start with the 2 of you. All right, so Spencer, tell me just a little bit, keep it like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, of who you serve, the price point you sell at, and what your retention goals are. Like, what are your retention goals? Who do you serve? And what are they paying you?
Yeah, so I work with founders and business owners that struggle with ADHD. They typically feel like they need a high-level VA or even a COO. We help them build out their projects, their task list to get into the calendar so they execute, nothing slips through the cracks, and you never miss another deadline again. We charge $1,500 for 90 days or $500 a month. And the retention goal is really, we want to identify what people's vision is over the next 2 years and build a relationship to consistently serve them to do the kind of the monotonous things, the chop wood, carry water over the course of 2 years. So we could be a part of them turning that kind of big vision that they have for the next 2 years. And we could play a role in helping them consistently do the things that matter to get there.
All right, very good. And so what I hear you saying, you can tell me if I'm missing anything, but for you, it's about really creating the relationships that matter to where you have the impact long-term, to where they can make the impact long-term. So what does that do for you though, if you have better retention?
My personal mission on earth is to amplify those who are doing big things in the world. And that's a way that I can scale impact of people really doing things that make the world, raise the vibration of people's lives and the world at whole. And retention is really important because success is really just continuous execution. And that's really hard. And so for us to like really keep people engaged, I feel like our systems to help people execute are really good, but I really want to feel more personal touch and community, and doing that at scale is challenging.
Yeah, you're in the right place. All right, very good. Thank you. And I did not prep Spencer for any of that stuff. I just knew I wanted to call on him. So thank you for playing along. All right, Lisa, same for you. Who do you serve? What do they pay you? And what's your retention goal?
So I, excuse me, I serve leaders in healthcare and HR who are stressed, chronically stressed, burned out, have a complete imbalance in their life, and often are going through a job transition.
Okay. All right. What do they pay you?
And it depends. My 8-week course, positive intelligence course, is $3,000. And some of them want to work with me for 6 months, and that's 7,500. And then a few just up front want to work with me for a year, and that's 15,000.
A
So
year, 15,000.
year's 15, and then 6 months is 7,500.
All right, very good. And then, so what is your client retention goal?
My client retention goal is that for those who dip their toe into the positive intelligence 8-week course, that they continue, preferably for total of 6 months or more, just so that I can help them either through that job, transition, or to really dive deep and apply the principles that they learned in the 8 weeks to solving whatever problem or challenge that they have.
Okay, so longer term commitment allows for more success and to implement what they really learned. So what
Yes.
does the retention do for you though, as a business owner?
The retention gives more credibility from the standpoint, excuse me, that I can really dive deeper with that individual and make more transformational changes. So,
Oh, very good. That's all really good. And if I spell words wrong, this is real time. And that's just what it is. All right. So Spence, let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing for retention. What have you been trying that either has worked a little bit, or I really like you to focus on what hasn't worked. And then we're going to shift into some things I think that could help.
Yeah, well, one of the things that has worked, it is just like is personal touch, is like really maintaining the relationships on an individual basis. I'm in a lot of one-on-one conversations with my members, and also things like little gifts, everything from the battery pack to the black sticky notes and the silver Sharpies, and also access to like softwares or templates and stuff. What doesn't work is it's very bespoke right now. Like it is my follow-up, it's all very just manual. It's all based on just how I'm feeling the relationship. Another thing is like I hold virtual and local events. I do a power lunch for entrepreneurs. That's a digital Zoom event where we basically just hang out and have lunch and jam. And then I also do some local events at my house. I actually have a bunch of people here right now where I open my house as a co-work space. It just doesn't feel systemized, really. It's
No.
just very personal
Yep.
relationship based.
And do you find the humor in that you teach systems and this is not systematized?
Yeah, for sure. It's like the systems for them, it's like the shoemaker whose kid has no shoes, right? Like the systems that I have implemented for people's calendars and task lists, it's tight. And then the stuff that I'm doing is just, I'm really just like leading with my heart. And that as we get more clients, like just double
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah, heard. All right, very good. All right, Lisa, what about you? What have you done and why have you tried and maybe hasn't worked the way you thought it would, or same type of question?
I am really working on asking for referrals and testimonials after a breakthrough with a client, instead of waiting until the end of our time together and then asking for the referral. And because then you kind of have to chase people. But when you are able to obtain that testimonial or that referral right after transformation happens, it's forefront in their mind. And it's like when you go to a really good restaurant and you love it and it's awesome, you want to share it with everybody. It's, oh my gosh, this is the best food ever. You got to go. I had the best service. So I'm trying to do that consistently and I'm getting better at it. That was the challenge, is that I wasn't doing it as consistently. But once I started doing it, I saw more referrals.
Okay, very good. What is there anything else you've done on your process for retention?
No,
No, but that's okay.
not
That's
really. Honestly, no. What I've also started doing is, in the past, occasionally, if I did get a referral, when I first started out, I would give like free coaching sessions to the person who gave me the referral. And then I would give gift cards. And then I had individuals, actually other coaches, tell me that just seems so transactional. And I started giving, as a thank you, a personal handwritten note with a copy of my book, an autographed copy of my book. And yes, it is obviously a much lower ticket, but I had such great response from that because it was a lot more personal. So
There you go. All right. Thank you both. All right. So I'm hoping everybody that's watching, you're getting some ideas of what they've tried, what hasn't worked, and that kind of thing. And what I'm going to show you now, the way I teach retention, and Mike, I know that you are with a nonprofit, follower of one. And so this is, it can be applied for you as well. We have Sandy Prophet we've done work with, and she has a nonprofit for kiddos. And what they're going to be doing is this process in a slightly different version where the people that are the donors would be the client. So as I'm talking, think of it in that way. And so I think that there's a 3-part system that allows you to keep your clients longer and get more referrals. And the first step is onboarding. And so it was very interesting that based on what Lisa and Spencer both said, and if I say so, I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying what I saw, that if you have an onboarding process that is allowing you to gather the proper information to help you build out the system to where then you have a process to go through, a lot of that can be automated, but the way I teach it's actually, it can be low tech. It doesn't have to take a lot of tech, time, or money. But the onboarding form that you use or the way you onboard somebody is critical. It is the most important part of this process because if you don't gather the right information, you will not be able to implement anything. And Lisa, to your point about it being transactional, not personal, if you ask a couple of personal questions on the onboarding form, who's your favorite local nonprofit charity? And I actually have that on some forms I do with my clients. And Mike, I don't know if, but whenever somebody asks me that, I use Follower of One. And I know one of my clients makes a donation to you guys once a year. And that's because I taught him this process. And when you find out, even if it's just $25, and then you send a note to them saying, hey, I made a donation in your name because of XYZ, that is worth so much, even compared to when you think about just a card, which is fine. I love cards and it's a big part of what we do. But when you can make it personalized and they know you thought of them, that's a game changer. And if you want to have an even bigger impact, is when you're thinking about how to do the onboarding, and we'll talk about some appreciation stuff in just a minute. When you can include their family, you know that they just got married or they're having a baby or they're having their 40th wedding anniversary, and you see something like that and you tie the appreciation around their family, it's just, you're treating them more like a human and not having that transactional situation. And so the first part of the system really is making sure that you onboard them properly. It can be a simple form. So you can use a Google form, completely free. Or if you don't want to do any of that and you do your onboarding on a live call with somebody, just ask them the questions. And letting the AI transcribe in the background, and you put it in a thing and you have all the information. The second most important thing once you do that onboarding process is making sure you have that information where you know you can find it. And I'll give you a very good example of this. I have a client that was working, we had just onboarded her a couple of years ago, and she was in the middle of her onboarding process. I was on a call with her, and it was her birthday. And she actually got her birthday card in the mail because that was part of the process, but it wasn't on my calendar yet. And I didn't know it was her birthday. And she said, "Thanks for my birthday card." And I'm like, "You're welcome." I had no clue. And so now part of the process is put it on Sam's calendar, right? And so and you can automate all this stuff. So making sure you know how to find the information is really important. And so when it comes to appreciation, a lot of people think it has to take a lot of money to do it. There's tons of $0 things that you can do. It does not have to be about sending something. But if you do send something, I would say part of the onboarding process and getting to know your people is to know what they like. I always use this example with Coach Dale. A couple of years ago, it was probably 5 years ago now, I made these really great baskets for Christmas for all of my clients that were local in the DFW area where we were at the time. And they were beautiful. One of my teammates made homemade cookies and had Dale's label on the cookies. And then I got a bottle of wine because I knew he drank wine. And so not everybody got the wine. But what ended up happening was he said, "I really appreciate that you thought of this, but I'm on a diet and I don't drink that kind of wine. This is not good for me." And he wasn't trying to be mean. He was trying to help me make my process better. So just making sure as you learn things about clients, gather the data, put it in your system to where you know about it. And then the third part is about feedback. And this is the part that most people don't want to do. And Lisa, you mentioned this about asking for testimonials or referrals when they have that breakthrough. Part of what I teach in the onboarding process over the 100 days is to give them 1 or 2 opportunities for feedback. Just a quick Google form or respond back to this email. How are we doing? Because if you don't want to ask for the feedback, you probably know it's bad. Right? And so I see you, Mike. Right. And here's the thing. If you actually do a feedback form or feedback something and they give you feedback, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever, you have to respond. You have to respond. And I teach, this is what I do, onboarding, appreciation, feedback. And Lisa is a client of mine. We helped her launch her second #1 bestselling Amazon book a couple months ago. And I just had a call with her earlier and I told her, I said, "You're going to be an example because this is what I do. This is what I teach." But all of our clients are ongoing, recurring clients. Lisa's project was a one-off. She didn't get a thank you card. Not one, like nothing, because I didn't have a system for it. So when we were talking about all this stuff over here, the systemized, it needs a system, it needs to not feel transactional. These are things that every business struggles with. And so Retention Made Simple allows you to be able to have a system, to build it out, to know what's going to evolve and make your business better. Make it better because your people will stay longer. One of the things that people don't recognize is that, and I did a video on this yesterday, that just for an example, and Lisa, I'm not going to use your numbers because I'm not going to do math in my head that quick. But if somebody paid you $500 a month, okay, Spencer, that's you. This is you. $500 a month. And they stay with you on average for 3 months, the 90 days. Right? That's the thing. So your client value is $1,500 when they first sign up. But if you can get them to stay for 9 months instead of 3, that's an extra $3,000. It goes from $1,500 to $4,500. So if you're losing clients, like if you have 10 clients and you lose them after this, cost you 30 grand. In the process that I teach, like even with the nonprofit we're going to be working with, she's doing this for her donors. Even with us implementing it for her, it's going to cost her $45 a year per donor. And you don't even have to hire us to do it. You can do it yourself, right? So it does not have to take a ton of money, I promise. And does anybody, you have questions about the onboarding, the appreciation, or the feedback? And then any questions, even if you're not the one asked, like not Spencer or Lisa, if you're here and you're watching, if you have any specific questions, I'd like you to feel free to unmute. We're going to take just a couple of minutes to answer questions, and then if you have any, and then if not, I'm going to move on. I'm going to show you, I created something special called the Retention Revolution, because most of the business owners that I talk to, they're not in a place to hire us to do it for them. That we have a done with you service now instead of a done for you. Mike has been one of my clients in the past. We did it for you, right? And we did other stuff. It wasn't this, it was podcasts and stuff. And this is actually specific for the retention so that you can go through the exact process that I teach and build it out for yourself, but you get some support. So does anybody have any questions before I show you that? Okay, very good. All right. So I'm super, super excited about this. And I just literally realized right before I went live that I didn't have the link for anybody to sign up on here. So I'm like, oh, I got to grab that just in case. All right. So it's called the Retention Revolution. And what you get is once a month, it'll be a group cohort, and we will have an implementation workshop. It's not going to be me teaching more information. It's going to be you asking questions where you're at in the process, real time where we're building it out. Right now it's October. If we're on our call, we're going to look at November and December. Do you have everything you need? Do you have all the information? Is everything scheduled so that you're actually able to implement? Because you won't need more information. You're going to need to make sure everything's in place to get it done. And you'll be able to finally have that system in place knowing, oh my gosh, yes, this is going to get done. But once a month, that's once a month. Once a week, I'm going to do hot seats. If you have a question, you do not have to wait for the monthly thing. And if you have a question about something, somebody else probably does too. And so you don't have to do this on your own. Sometimes I'll host those calls. Sometimes it'll be somebody on my team. Though once a week, you'll have access to get some really solid advice on what to do next. I'm building out a retention playbook library. These are going to be, as y'all ask questions and as you need things, I'm going to create it. It'll be in the library so everybody will be benefiting from all the stuff that I create over time, because the goal of this is for it to not take you a ton of time, tech, or money. And so I want to give you everything you need to be able to implement what you're learning. We do have a community where everything will be hosted, and there's going to be a lot of networking that happens in there, because what I have found by doing this type of thing is the people that want to show appreciation and want to build their businesses stronger, there's going to be collaborative opportunities that come because of that. This is my favorite part of it, though. For the regular program, once a quarter, you'll get on a call, probably 15, 20 minutes with me or one of my team, and we're going to do a quick audit of what's working, where the hiccups could be, and we'll be able to give you some very proactive, tactical things to get you unstuck in those situations, or celebrate what's working and help you double down on those situations. And so that's the bulk of what you're going to get. But what you might be wondering is, oh my goodness, like I don't have my retention system built out yet. What are we going to do? So I got some bonuses for you right now. And the first one is an action pack that's going to help you have some worksheets, some planners, some GPT tools that are going to help you save time and get things going. The bonus number 2 is actually tied to bonus number 4. But this one, oh, I just realized my screen's not showing. Stand by. Let me move it over. Sorry, I made that too big, I guess. It's too much stuff. Basically, what you're getting with this bonus is a replay to the 3-hour workshop that I host. And so instead of having to watch the 3-hour workshop, I've edited it down to about an hour and 50 minutes. And you get the custom GPT that I created where you'll actually go through the GPT and you will build out your retention system to where you have it all ready to go. This is really important because with just this piece, you will not have to hire us to do anything else. You can literally do it on your own. There's also another online course in the community, Already Get More Referrals by Showing Appreciation. This will give you some more examples and ideas of how to implement this for yourself. And this fast action bonus, I'm not going to be doing long term. But if somebody decides to sign up for Retention Revolution between now and Sunday at noon, you will get an implementation call with me, an hour call where we will go through. The only thing you got to do first is go through this first so you have what you're going to be working with. And I will spend an hour with you making sure you have everything you need to implement what you've learned. And so I want to just show you, before I show you the price, I want to show you some testimonials from people who have done this already with us. And just so you see it, let me make this the right size. I'm not going to read them all. You should be able to see them on your screen once I get them here. Carrie basically said that she's already been doing some stuff, but she can do some more. Samantha was really great. She's actually a Christian coach, and the GPT actually told me to ask people how I can pray for them. She goes like, why didn't I ever think of that? And so there's some little things that'll really help you clear up what you want to do. Sandy is our one that has the nonprofit, and she's going to be highlighting the impact of the gifts in some tangible ways so that they will stay connected year after year. And so these are all people that have attended and been part of Retention Made Simple already. And then these are testimonials from people who have worked with us for done for you products. So we actually helped her double her business within the first year. This one said that her renewal process was so much easier because of working with us. And this is actually Sandy Prophet too. She's like, my clients have been amazed at how I remember all their special dates. I can do that because Sam taught me how to onboard properly and make sure I could see their information easier. Because if you can't find the information, it's not going to do you any good. So let me show you this. I've got 1 minute left, y'all. We're almost done. I did it. I wasn't sure if I could do it. All right, so we're going to go down here. And the regular price for this the value is over $5,000 a year. The regular price is going to be $297 a month, but the founding member price is actually going to be $997 for the whole year, and you get all the bonuses. I'm going to put that link in the chat. Let me see. I just clicked that wrong. I can't find the chat. Where's it? Here it is. I'm going to put this in the chat. And just so you have it. And then for some of you, though, you're going to be like, okay, yes, I know I want to do this. And I also know that if I try and do this on my own, it's going to be a complete mess. And so we do have some limited spots available for done for you options right now. And I'm going to put the link to my calendar in here. So if you want to talk about the done for you option, we can. But that we do have, if you do the done for you part, there is a setup fee. It's $497. But when you schedule on my calendar before Sunday, you don't have to have the call before Sunday. But if you get the call scheduled and you end up hiring us, we waive that $497. So either the Retention Revolution for $997 for the whole year, or a done for you option, or if it's not something you actually want to move forward with right now, at least you know what I'm doing and you can refer me to other people because we love referrals and we pay for referrals. It's 30 minutes on the nose, y'all. I did it.
Yay. Good job.
Can I tell you I had none of that scripted?
Awesome work.
It was so good.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henry. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, y'all. Thank you. And Eddie, I see you're still here. Trish, you're still here. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute, turn on your camera. Happy to answer any questions. Eddie, I see you unmuted. Do you have a question?
Oh, no, thank you so much. I'm just sitting here listening and learning.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I'm glad that we got connected. Happy to see you. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Trish. I see it was great. I'll follow up with you later. Anybody have any questions I didn't cover? Dr. Lynn, what you got?
It's not a question. I just have to tell you that this was an excellent idea, this 30-minute demo, because I've done the workshop twice, but somehow this just reminded me of everything and the why behind it. I'm really feeling fired up now. So I just thought this was an excellent idea. And for anybody who's not sure if they want to commit to the 3 hours, by the time you're done with this, you want to commit. I'm going over my notes when we're done here. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Lynn. Yeah. All right. Very good. I won't keep you. I just wanted to, I will say thank you. I appreciate each of you. If you have any questions, make sure I will send an email follow up with the links to everything. So if you didn't capture them here, you'll get them. And if I can ever serve you or help you in any way, I'm happy to.
Awesome. And I'll shoot you a direct message. I'd love to talk about putting a system together. I've had this thing in my head for a while, everything that you're talking about. And I am like, it's the missing piece to my program. And so we'll connect, but this was great.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Much love.
Bye.